And as promised, guys, I am back with another weekly reaction of the goated Gintama, or in this case, Ginpachi-Sensei Class 3Z. So the last episode, which I did yesterday, basically we find out that Gintoki or Ginpachi is really not a good teacher and we should have been new this, okay? He's telling his students, hey, in order to get an 80 in whatever subject, you're gonna be reduced to go and cheat. And everybody, even Shinpachi, was in on the idea until they realized we don't know what subject we gotta go cheat on. So the best thing to do is, why not just study for English? Come to find out, the test was rigged and was much more harder, and he was suffering, okay? And then at the end, so Gintoki doesn't get a 10% decrease in his paycheck for God knows how long. It might actually be ending up being 20% because, the principal, Prince Hata, yeah, you know how he is. If you watched Gintama overall, then you know who Prince Hata is. He's no stranger to those who have watched and read the entire series. I just didn't think that Otose was basically the superintendent, like the person who watched over. But it makes sense. It makes sense. She watches over Kabuki. She's one of the 4 devas. I hope that's not a spoiler for a lot of y'all. If it is, I'm so sorry. If you just decided to go watch Gintama, please do start from season 1. The arcs, if you need to, you can look online to see which arcs to watch first in chronological order, following by what happens in the manga, and then you can watch this as basically a side piece, because again, like I said in yesterday's video, Ginpachi shows up in random parts of episodes at the end of the episodes, not frequently, but periodically. After a while it stopped because the series got a little too depressing. But without further ado, let's get into 3Z Ginpachi-Sensei episode 2. And we already have a 3-parter? What will you mean? Get ready for 3 segments that have nothing to do with each other. Okay? How they look but not who they are. That is true. Huh, what's happening? Why are they kids? Huh? Why is he a kid still with a beard? That don't make no sense. What? What? See, they being normal. Why is he the corpse? Why not? Hold on. How did they ended up as kids? What do you mean by daddy? Hell. Every word he's saying, they're changing into something different. Hey, yo, what is that? Why? Why is he a wolf? A panther? What? Okay, so he's just a penguin. Right. I don't know who's that supposed to be. That ain't right. Of course he's the gorilla. So they made, I mean, her strength was, yeah. Why is she she's not a cat. Why is she a gorilla? Oh, look at Kagura. Yeah, how is Yamazaki is something. That is true. Low key. So where's Shinpachi? That is true. What? Yep. Yeah, it was. You get Tess always said that is true. What? What type of test is this? What type of test is this? Why is this so descriptive? What? What? Destructo. Why? Okay. What? What? Why are they yelling out random attack names? What? What? Ayo! Oh my god. So they was just yelling out the answer. I, why you asking me if I'm trouble sleeping? What? History of Smoky what? Fruit Loop. Water breeding? First one. Not them throwing in a Demon Slayer reference, bro. I would have beat him up. I would. So now we're censoring. We're censoring the clothing. Where we're censoring the clothing. You know the solution yourself deep down. Dang, why is these things so personal? Dang. Like these titles are getting a little too personal again. Okay. Okay. Wow. Dang. I mean, that is just. Man said your sister is ugly. That's disrespectful, bro. I mean, that's not playing the funny man. Oh God. Not him saying WTF, I can't. Oh, nah, he knows who y'all are. Why are you asking him that? What? Wow. What? Huh? Hey. You just told who you are. Disappear. Wait, what? Dang. That's still a poem. Huh? What? What? Okay. He don't like that. The fact that they bring it up Gintama. I mean, who you gonna ask? You know that ain't gonna happen. Huh? Hey, yo, chill. No. No. Not her and her novels. If she posts on AO3, what type of buckets? Part one. Effects. Oh no, she's a masochist. You shouldn't have that. Yeah. Weighing 7 apples worth? Really? Why is his hair blowing? Why is just the weight right there? What? 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 Hey, yo, what? How he get the inspo? Oh my god. Oh, not all of them coming to. Oh, dang. No. Trying to speak more fluently. Why? So I guess you can say they weren't lying with this episode when they said there was going to be 3 segments. The first segment is basically Gintoki. I guess it correlates with the fact that like he is the main character, so anything, and he said it himself. Something I already said before, but Gintama can be anything. Gintama quite literally is anything, everything, and nothing all at once. And that's not being disrespectful. They literally showed you that Gintama can be anything. He said, okay, they're going to be elementary school kids. They're going to be elementary school kids. They're going to be animals. They're going to be animals. They said they're going to be shonen jump characters. We went right back to the plot of Gintama. And he made note saying that, like, let me go speak to Sorachi real quick and say, hey, I know when we were playing our regular selves, me and you were talking casually, but heads and everything. But I guess like you're in this position now that you're still a grown man playing a third year in high school, a senior in high school, and you got to go listen to me now. But you know what? Just as this favor, I'll pull this one for you. So technically, in all technicality, they are the thing is with Gintama, they are very self-aware with everything. Sorachi made the story very self-aware of all its shortcomings and high comings and all of that stuff. So like the characters in the series know that they're playing a alternative part of themselves, like a what if situation, if you call it. They're playing a what if situation and say like, hey, if we're not dealing with aliens and the government and the decline of samurais or the rise of samurais or anything of that sort, or an ongoing war, and then taking on multiple tasks as odd jobs or anything of that sort, what it would be like if we decide to put ourselves in a high school setting. A modern day high school setting. Some of us are teachers, administrators, and the rest of you are students. And we just cause chaos like we usually do in the original series, but in a high school daily life setting. Okay? And this is what we get to, right? 3 segments. What I still can't get over is how far is how far is Katsura's from him trying to reach his belly button. He goes in to dig out the lid and somehow it reaches in his molar in his mouth. That I still can't get over. And then you got Sachan, who really wrote an entire, basically she wrote JoJo's Bizarre Adventure parts 1 to 3. She wrote that, and that's part 1. Okay, really part 1 in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is probably smaller than that. Probably it's longer in real life if you get the actual book, but technically her book is parts 1 to 3. Okay, of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but rated R between her and Ginpachi-Sensei. This man has every right to go and chase her out the school. But she started she wrote the web version. That thing is probably on AO3 right now. Yo, go on AO3 or go on Wattpad right now. You probably find Sachan's story, and now she got the full print ready to sell. Yo, the other chaos. You know, this is what I miss. Being able to laugh. You know, you have a tough week and everything, and just watching any form of Gintama can put a smile on your face. Again, as I said before earlier in the video, during the intro part, Ginpachi-Sensei 3Z, Ginpachi-Sensei, or they call him Class 3Z, Ginpachi's zany class, it's a mouthful. I would say you can watch this quite literally in between episodes, or as like when it came down to the serious arcs, if you need something to laugh after. I think this sequel or side story is good to read if you want something funny. And it also helps that, like, again, like I said, when Gintama used to air, random episodes would have little segments at the end of the episode featuring Ginpachi-Sensei Class 3Z. So in a way, if you watch a serious episode or you watch one of the episodic episodes that's focusing mainly on comedy or something, this will be perfect to watch at the end, just to give you back that feeling of when you first started watching Gintama and you saw Ginpachi-Sensei in it. It gives that same feeling. It's not part of the main storyline or anything. This is just its own thing, where the characters, again, like I said, are still self-aware that they're playing an alternative universe, and this is just like a what-if situation for them. They are very self-aware. He made it that way. But again, I do ask if you guys are able, if you are reading the novels or you have read the novels, do you think they're going to adapt all the novels? And if they are, how many novels are currently out right now that they will be adapting from? Because I'm assuming if there's more than 2 or 3, they're probably going to adapt all of them, and we're going to probably have more seasons. Very short, compact seasons, but nonetheless, we're going to have more than 1 season of Ginpachi-Sensei. So if you guys already saw episode 2 of Gintama Class 3Z Ginpachi-Sensei episode 2, do drop in the comments below. If you read the novel version of this episode, do tell me how you felt about this episode versus the segments it adapted from in the novels. The links are in the description box below. And also, if you haven't, please do watch Gintama. Watch it. I don't care that it's over 300 plus episodes. Watch it. And then watch the final movie. The very final, that's literally what it's called, Gintama, the very final movie. Please watch it. And watch all the movies of Gintama if you can and you have the time. I'm Kimmy-chan, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!